What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, and today I'm gonna go over 9 plays in the Nuggets playbook here in 2K22. I'm gonna go over 4 from current gen, 4 from next gen, and there's one play which is the quick 5-out-2 that's in both generations. I also have a next gen play now online gameplay where I'm using some of these plays in the next gen version, so I'll leave that video linked in the pinned comment in the comment section if you want to check that out. And with that being said, let's get into it. The first play is the quick 1 horns flex. You can call this for anybody that has 3-point priority. If you don't know what play priorities are, I'll leave a link to a video in the description where I talk about it, and I'll also go over a lot of things related to offensive play calling in that video as well. And this play is designed to get you a 3 on the wing, but you can also get some lobs. So I'm going to run the whole play, then we're going to go in replay mode and talk about it. All right, so right here, I called it for Jamal Murray. He's going to have the ball at the top. Then I'm going to pass it off to Gordon on the elbow, but, you know, sometimes it'll drag him out to the wing. And Jokic sets the screen for Murray. And a lot of times this lob right here would be available. So you could throw a lob or just a regular bounce pass, overhead pass. This would be open a lot. So be on the lookout for that. But I just pass it off to Jokic. I wait. Sometimes you might be able to get a shot off if the center is sagging, especially against people that off ball a lot. They might sag a little, so you might be open for a shot. But I just hold it right here. I wait, and then Gordon sets a screen for Murray, and then Murray will come out to the wing to get open for the 3. The play also ends in a pick and roll, but I honestly don't really like it because that the side of the court is just too cluttered. So like, I pass it to Gordon, I pass it to Jokic, I get the screen, I come up, and let's say I'm not open. Jokic comes and sets the screen for you, but Gordon literally just runs over in your way, and like he basically just ruins the whole play. So like, he ruins the spacing. He's bringing his man to me, and it's like, it's a lot harder to score because like this side of the court is so cluttered. So even though you do get a pick and roll option at the end, is not really all that good. You can also get this action right here where you could end up getting a corner shot. So I pass it off to Gordon, and then I pass it to Jokic, and then Gordon will set the screen, but he sets the screen so that Murray can go to the corner instead of the wing. Honestly, it's not really all that good. Like, it's not really all that consistent. I barely get open on that one. And like, when there's no way to choose which action you get, it's just like, I don't think it's random. I think it kind of depends on how your defender is playing. But yeah, this option is not really consistent, and every time I get it, like, I honestly don't really like it. You can also get a double ball screen with this play as well, and I'm gonna show you right now. So we watch that back. Again, I call it for Murray, but instead of passing it to Gordon on the elbow, I just hold the ball, and then it tells me to dribble to the wing, and then both Gordon and Jokic will come and set a screen for you. And from there, it's just taking what the defense gives you. Like, you can pull up for the 3, like dribble all the way over and pull up for the 3, especially against people that off ball, because a lot of times they would just like be on the center. And with these double screen plays like this, you need to hedge out to get so that you don't allow the 3. And a lot of times they don't really do that. They just like want to play paint and like get rebounds and block shots. So if they don't hedge out on this, then you can get some 3s. You can also force switches on this as well. But right here, like the computer, I just drive all the way. Be careful for this corner guy. Sometimes he'll help, so you might be able to get a 3 in the corner. So it's a really simple play, but it's just more about making the right decision, because you're gonna get a shot somewhere most of the time. So this play is pretty decent. You get some pretty decent options, especially this like cutting option right here. Like this option is open quite a bit, at least against the computer. Haven't used it online yet, but I've gotten a lot of open layups and lobs and dunks with that option. So it might be something worth trying out in a real game. I like this double screen option that you can get as well. Like these double screens are usually pretty good and pretty consistent just as long as you make the right reads. The next play is the quick 5-out 2. This play is actually in both the next gen and current gen version of the game, but you can call this for anybody that has 3-point priority and is designed to get you a 3 at the top of the key. Alright, so right here, I called it for Michael Porter Jr. He's going to start in the corner, and Murray's going to have the ball on the wing. Then I swing it over to the opposite wing to Barton, and then Porter Jr. will get a screen from Gordon and Murray, come out to the top of the key, and get open for a 3. So this play is pretty simple, but still pretty good. I remember this play used to be in the Bucks playbook. I used to call it for Chris Middleton. And yeah, it's, like I said, it's pretty consistent, simple, easy, and you'll get a good amount of open 3s using this play. The next play is the Punch Rip 15. You could call this for anybody that has post up low priority, and it's designed to get you some layups and dunks with Jokic or whoever your center is. But even if you don't get the layup, you still can get really good post position. So right here, I call it for Jokic. He's going to start at the top of the key. Then I'm going to pass him the ball, dribble over to Porter Jr., give him the ball, then give it back to Murray. And then Jokic will get a screen from Barton, and he will dive to the rim. And a lot of times, he'll be open. So you could just hit him, and right here, I get the layup. But there will be times where he won't be open, but he will still have like really good post position. Like he will almost always have 2 feet in the paint, and like paint mash is like kind of crazy this year. So you could just like do a couple back downs and go straight up, and like he'll make it. And you could also force some switches on this. So like right here, if I don't go up with this, I can just back down Paul George and get an easy layup. So that can happen as well. So this play is pretty decent. I wasn't sure about this play when I first used it, but like after using it a few times, it's actually a pretty effective play. And see, like right there, like I said, you always gonna have 2 feet in the paint. Sometimes you're forced to switch. And with somebody like Jokic, like 2 feet in the paint, like no matter who's on him, like he's gonna make it. Like that's how this game is this year. The next play is the punch point 2. You can call this for anybody that has post up low priority. And even though it's a post up play, I like using it to get some 3s. So right here, I called it for Jokic, but Porter Jr. gets the shot. So Murray has the ball over here at the top. And then Porter Jr. will get a screen from Jokic and Gordon, come out to the wing. And a lot of times he'll be open for the 3. So like I said, this play is designed to be like a post up for Jokic. Like if I just run the whole thing, you just end up with a post up for Jokic. I mean, I guess you can run the whole thing if like the post up is like what you want, but I really like this option right here for the 3. It's really consistent, and you'll get a lot of open 3s using it, and it's really fast. And the last play is the punch 5 quick. You could call this for anybody that has post up low priority, and it's designed to be a post up, but you can also get some 3s out of this as well. So right here, I called it for Jokic. He's going to start in the post. Murray's going to have the ball on the wing. And then I give it to Jokic in the post. And I could just post up and take this, but I wait. And Gordon sets a screen for Barton. And Barton will come out to the top of the key. And a lot of times he'll be open for this 3. So I really like this play, especially for someone like Jokic who can create his own shot in the post. But he's also a really good passer, and Has post playmaker Hall of Fame. He also has bullet passer gold, needle threader, diamond. He's basically a point guard, like basically like point guard type playmaking badges at the center spot. But he could also, like I said, he could also create his own shot in the post. So even if he doesn't get open on this, you can just bully kids in the post. All right, so now we on next gen. The first play is the fist stagger 24. You can call this for anybody that has pick and roll ball handler priority. But even though it's a pick and roll play, I like using it to get some threes. So right here, I call it for Morris, but Barton is gonna get the shot. So Morris has the ball over here at the top. Then Barton gets a screen from Gordon and Jokic. And if you pass it to him early enough, he'll come out. He'll be on the wing once he catches the pass, and a lot of the times he'll be open for the three. So this play is pretty good, and like I said, I really only use it for that three option because right here, it is just a middle pick and roll. So it's nothing really like too special about that pick and roll, but I do like this double screen action right here. And like I said, if you time your pass correctly, like you'll get that three on the wing. So like as soon as he like lines up with Gordon or whoever the first screener is, if you're using this with another team or my team or something, that's when I pass the ball. Because if you wait too long, like he'll end up like over here. Sometimes he'll be open for the mid range, but your defender will have time to recover. But if you make that pass early, and once he gets right here, like your defender, he usually gets stuck like anywhere over here. So you'll have a lot of opportunities for those wing threes. The next play is the fist stagger double. You can call this for anybody that has pick and roll ball handler priority. And it's a double ball screen play, but you can also get a three out of it as well. So right here, I call it for Morris. He's going to start on a wing. And Porter Jr., he's going to be in the corner. And he gets a screen from both Gordon and Jokic, just like similar to the last play with Barton. And a lot of times he'll be open for this three right here. So you can pass it to him. I think if you use this in a real game and you pass it to him, he's not open. You can pass it back to Morris here. And the play still continues. But right here, I just hold the ball. And then you get a double ball screen from Porter Jr. and Jokic. And like I always say with these double screens, they really expose off ball players really well. And this center on these plays, he has to hedge out on these double screens, or else you're gonna get threes, or you're gonna be able to turn the corner and get layups. So they have to hedge on this, and a lot of times they don't. So right here, I end up getting a three because the defense doesn't hedge, and nor do they switch. And if they do switch and you get a guard or somebody smaller on Jokic, you can take him in the post. But with a lot of these double screen plays, it's just making the right read because you're usually going to get a shot somewhere. So I really like this play. And also another thing that I do is I dribble over to the wing over here so that if I do make this pass to Porter Jr., like my guy can't go out and contest. So like if I'm like standing right here on the dot where the dot is where the dot is going to be, when I make this pass, sometimes my defender will like leave me and like contest a shot, and he'll be able to get a good contest on it. But if you dribble all the way over here and you get this wide open shot right here, there's nothing this guy can really do. So that's another tip that I recommend if you're going to use this play. Just dribble over to the wing a little bit so like this guy gets open a lot more. Well, not necessarily open, but like, you know, like there's not a lot of help that can contest this shot right here. The next play is the fist 21 double. You can call this for anybody that has pick and roll ball handler priority, and it's another double ball screen play. So right here, I call it for Barton. He's gonna start in the mid range, and Morris is gonna have the ball over here at the top. Then I'll pass it off to the wing, and then Barton will get the double screen from Porter Jr. and Jokic. And again, defense, they don't switch. Big man doesn't hedge. And I get a 3. So again, another double ball screen play. Pretty simple, but still really effective. Just as long as you make the right reads. And the last play is the quick pin rip STS. I had to start up a real game to demonstrate this play because it's only available to people that have mid-range priority, and nobody on the Nuggets, well, at least the starters anyways, have mid-range priority by default. So I had to start up a real game, and I put it in the favorite plays / play selection screen, and I just assigned it to Aaron Gordon.
It's center. Reggie Jackson out there with Eric Bledsoe, and it's George in at the small forward. Here's Morris. The Clippers getting their last shot to go. Barton finds Morris. Clock at 6. Pass to Porter. There's the triple. Count it. And it's Morris with the assist.
All right, so I called it for Aaron Gordon, but Porter Jr. and Barton also get 3-point opportunities, and Aaron Gordon gets the mid-range. So I have the ball with Morris over here on the wing, and Barton will get a screen from Jokic, and a lot of times he'll be open for this 3. So if you open for the shot, you could take it, but I hold, give it back to Morris, and then Barton goes to set a screen for Gordon, which was the design play for him to get this mid-range right here. So he's open, pass it to him, take the shot, but I hold the ball, and even though like the little blue indicator doesn't pop up sometimes, wherever Gordon is, you want to go to the wing opposite of him. So I'm gonna go to the left wing since he's on the right elbow, and I'm gonna wait, and then the play goes into this double screen for Michael Porter Jr., and he'll come up to the wing to get open for the 3. So this play is pretty good. You got some pretty good options, but if you run it all the way to the end, you probably, well, now you're not going to run out of time, but you will use up like your whole shot clock. So just be mindful of that. And even though the play is designed for Gordon to get the mid-range, he can still get a 3 as well. But sometimes when you pass him the ball, it'll drag him out to the 3-point line. So
hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. And here's Gordon from the arc.
You can also get some 3s from him as well. So that's pretty much it for the plays. This playbook is pretty good. I like a lot of the plays in both the next gen and current gen version. I feel like the current gen version has better plays for Jokic though, if you want to play through Jokic, whereas the next gen version has better plays if you want to play through like Jamal Murray, especially with those double ball screens. But I wish just both playbooks had more plays for Jokic, as far as plays like the punch 5 quick where he's posting up, but you also have some screen action going on to really take advantage of his passing ability. The fact that there's only one of those plays is like I feel like it should be more plays like that, so that if you're trying to play through Jokic in the post, the defense has to worry about the stuff that's happening around the court as far as the off-ball screens, but also they have to worry about like Jokic in the post too. So like plays like that give the defense a lot more to think about, whereas like just posting up, they can, you know, they can send help or they can like try to double you. Whereas if, you know, there was some more movement as far as off-ball screens go while he's posting up, I feel like that would be a lot better. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.